Mike here from ENRG Vans. This video we're going to talk about the electrical system. When we designed this van, we wanted to make it possible for anybody to step in here and just know how to use everything. We also wanted to make it so that you can't mess anything up. We have a lot of people with concerns like, I'm going to mess it up, I'm going to ruin it. You can't ruin it. It's impossible. There's nothing you can do to mess everything up. There's safety systems built into everything, low voltage cutoffs and temperature controls and all this stuff that you don't really need to know about or think about. Up here, all of our 12 volt stuff just stays on all the time. You can operate your lights, your furnace, your 12 volt air conditioner, the fridge is going to keep running. All of this is off grid. You barely have to monitor it. We have a very large battery bank. And so for the all of the 12 volt components that don't use a lot of electricity, you just keep an eye on it, watch your battery, and charge when needed. So to do that, we've got it set up with a Bluetooth monitor on your phone, and it's very simple to read. It just shows you a battery percentage. That's really the only part you need to look at. It's 73% right now, and you know, when you get it down to quarter tank, charge up your battery by starting the engine, plugging in, or letting the solar do its work. Now we're going to take a look at the things that you can't see. They're kind of integrated into the van, things you don't really need to worry about, but the techie people might want to know. In prior versions of the ENRG van, we had a 200 amp hour lithium system that we had under the front seat. We worked so hard to get this system integrated into the wall and under the van so that we could expand our battery capacity to 460 amp hours, operate a 12 volt air conditioner without blocking our ability to have the track seating go all the way to the back of the van. So with this system, we maintained everything that we valued before and added upon that. This is our power center over here, and the first thing you notice is there's not a huge electrical box with a bunch of stacked batteries and large components. It's all integrated into the van. What makes all this possible is a new battery from Epic, EPOCH. It's a 460 amp hour lithium battery. We took the spare tire out and mounted that battery where the spare tire was. We actually gained 1 inch of clearance by putting it under there and taking the spare tire out. It checks all the boxes. It has a remote on-off switch. It has monitoring via Bluetooth. It is IP67 waterproof. Additionally, we put it in a plastic casing, a battery box, and it is self-heating. And we also added an external heater on it too that's ignition controlled. So when you drive around, if it's below 45 degrees, it'll heat the battery that way. That powers everything. It charges in 3 ways. It charges from your alternator when you're driving through a red arc DC to DC charger, charges at 50 amps. That same charger also controls the solar input. We have 275 watts of solar. This is a Xantrex 2000 watt inverter charger. It controls the shore power input. It'll charge your batteries at 80 amps. It also converts the 12 volt battery power to 120. So to power the household outlets in here, you turn this on from a remote panel. We've got the LCD screen covered for 2 reasons. 1, to protect it, and 2, to remind you not to mess with anything. It's just plug and play, just leave it, don't mess with anything. This also has a 30 amp transfer switch in it, so when you are plugged into 30 amp shore power, you can operate all the plugs at the same time if you wanted to. Behind this panel, we have our distribution, power distribution, so it's really easy to get into. Take a couple of these thumb screws out and pop this off. Our main power comes in right here. It's got a 300 amp fuse. These are all marine rated battery fuses. This one goes to the inverter. We've got the red arc input and the air conditioner and the output to the fuse panel. You can also see your red arc DC to DC charger here. It has no buttons on it. There's nothing you need to know about it. Just let it do its thing. It's a fantastic unit. And then our negative bus bar here. Coming off of that main distribution center, it comes out to our fuse panel here. Inside this, we've got our 120 volt breakers for the main and the 2 sides of the van. And then we've got all our 12 volt fuses over here and our main power on off switch. This turns the battery that's under the van on and off. All of this stuff is labeled, really easy to read here. You've got all your fuses, your AC breakers, and it shows you your marine rated battery fuses over here and what does what.